Welcome to The Quick Fix, a series that gives you wellness tips that are founded in research and that are practical and easy to apply in your life right now. These are short episodes that focus on all aspects of wellness: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, financial, professional, and personal. The goal is to help you and I to live lives that are healthy and soaked with meaning and purpose. So let's get going. As a team leader or manager, or at whatever level you are, you can dramatically boost your entire team's engagement and contribution by asking these 7 coaching questions when you meet all the team members together. So the previous episode, I looked at 7 questions for a one-on-one review. In this episode, we are looking at 7 questions you can ask when the entire team is together, either on a formal or an informal basis. See the energy in your room change as the entire team starts interacting in a positive and future-focused way. Using these 7 questions to align all team members will sort of sharpen the vision, help each person understand the team's priorities, deadlines, and how they contribute to the larger picture. So you can combine these team conversation questions with our previous episode that shared the 7 questions to use when you work with the members on a one-on-one basis. So as a team leader, you'll find both these episodes really useful to work with your team on an individual and on a team basis. So please do remember to share this with your own team leaders so that they too can start replicating the process they experience with you with their own smaller teams. Now, if you're a leadership or an executive coach, this is a very practical team coaching protocol that you can teach and share with your clients to take their leadership to the next level. I guarantee you and your client will see amazing results because I've got amazing results with my own clients. So when you next meet with your team in a formal or an informal team outing, use these 7 questions either as a complete protocol in itself or adapt the questions to suit your agenda and context. Either ways, you will get tremendous benefits. You and the team will find answers that you get by using these questions. The answers are solution focused, collaborative in nature, and they encourage each person to contribute. It will build engagement and commitment to the team's priorities because they've had a role in contributing to the building of the team culture. Let's explore these questions one by one. Remember, feel free to use some of the questions or all of the questions in your review. Adapt them to suit your requirements. Make a note of the questions and keep this note with you as you start the very next review. So let me review all the 7 questions so that you have a bird's eye view and then explain each one in a bit more detail. The 7 questions are: number 1, how can we function more effectively as a team? Number 2, what are the areas of disconnect that exist within our team? How can we improve them? Number 3, what are the areas of disconnect with other teams and how can we improve them? Number 4, what can we do to improve the communication process within our own team and with other teams? Number 5, what do you want to see more of from me as your team leader? Less of. Number 6, what are some concerns that we've not had the opportunity earlier to discuss? And number 7, what can each one of us do to support another person in this team? Let's review each question one by one briefly so that you can understand what is the thinking behind each question. Question 1 was, how can we function more effectively as a team? So with this question, encourage each person to contribute one idea at least. And the focus is positive and future oriented, not on what's wrong. So stop people from complaining, ask for improvement ideas since everyone knows the context in any case. So don't let the discussion get dragged into what's wrong, but what are ideas for improvement. As you listen to each idea, just capture the idea without argument. Make notes without justifying or defending the past. Remember, this is valuable data, so don't shoot the messengers and don't get into why certain things cannot be done. Be in a listening mode and capture everything. Question number 2 is, what are the areas of disconnect that exist within our team? How can we improve them? Once again, listen with humility and openness. Be careful that this does not become a finger pointing against one function or person. Keep the focus on issues and areas of disconnect, not on personalities or people. For each area of disconnect, ask people for one suggestion to deal with it. So, this will get people into a culture within your team of not just complaining, but if there is an issue, to look at an idea to fix it. And lastly, the last tip on this question is close the loop on who will do what by when in real time. But don't get caught in the weeds or in a deep dive discussion in terms of what's going wrong and what we need to do. This is not the forum for it. Remember, you have 7 questions. So this is data gathering and this is commitment building and really sort of getting team aligned. Then you can, do detailed discussions offline. Question number 3. What are the areas of disconnect with other teams and how can we improve them? So number 2 was the areas of disconnect within our own team. And number 3 is what are the areas of disconnect with other teams and how can we improve them? So keep the guidelines of question number 2 in mind for this question also. Let it not become a bashing opportunity for another team or function. This is not the forum. Keep focus on how we as a team can take actions to build bridges, not on what others need to do. The focus is on what we can do, what we must do. Question number 4. What can we do to improve the communication process within our team? And part B, with other teams. So how do we improve the communication process within our team? And part B is with other teams. Once again, be open to suggestions and be willing to offer some of your own ideas. Remember, you are an active contributor also, but as team leader, don't hijack the process. This is not your moment to show how brilliant you are. This is an opportunity for you to engage with others and let them contribute. So be open to suggestions, offer some of your own ideas, especially in ways that team members can reach out and stay connected with other teams. This is a wonderful opportunity for you to break silos and start promoting the culture of working with other teams. And make sure that you are modeling the same behavior in terms of the way you think, the way you talk about other teams, and the way you interact with other teams also. Question number 5. What do you want to see more of from me as your team leader? Less of. So what do you want me to do more of? What do you want me to do less of? So here is a wonderful opportunity for you to get feedback from your team. Now, whatever they say, just keep quiet, take notes, thank them for their feedback, and promise to seriously reflect and make changes as appropriate or as possible or when possible. You don't have to do everything that they say, but just to be in a listening mode and use it as a data to adapt where you need to adapt. In addition to their feedback, ask them for specific things or ideas for improvement that they'd like to see you do in the coming 4 weeks. So ask them for specifics that they'd like to see you do. You don't have to promise that you will do everything, but definitely promise them that you will consider and do as much as you think is possible. Question number 6. What are some concerns that we've not had the opportunity to discuss earlier? This question encourages you to create an open space to deal with any questions or concerns that team members may have about any issue. It can give you an early warning or indication of things that are brewing and that you might need to look at offline. So today is just data gathering. This meeting is just data gathering. But once you get the sense, then you could deeper dive offline. So be in a listening mode, take notes. Don't start a deep dive discussion at this point in time. Remember, be sensitive to not put down or minimize any person's concerns as trivial. Thank them for it, reassure them as appropriate, or offer to take the conversation offline. The last question, number 7, What can each one of us do to support another person in this team? This is an excellent opportunity for each person to ask help of another or to offer support to another within the team. It's a great way to build within the team support for each other, a support of culture of helping each other. It promotes a feeling of camaraderie, supporting another team member, and is a great way of building investment of an individual within the team. So as we bring this conversation to a close, use these 7 questions all together or a few as appropriate whenever you meet with your team members. You can even have an offsite or a lunch event centered around these questions. As you use these questions, you will see your team becoming more and more engaged and committed to delivering on the team's goals. Support these team conversations with the one-on-one reviews using the 7 questions in the previous podcast, which focused on doing one-on-one reviews. As you use both these tools, you will see how a coaching approach starts becoming a part of your leadership style and your team culture. So experiment with it over the next few weeks and see its benefits. And remember, if you have team members who in turn lead people, share this podcast with them and they will start to monitor with their team what they experience with you. Good luck. And that's it for today. Thank you for listening. Please connect with us on coachtoolbox@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to follow, subscribe, and review this channel. Details of our ICF-approved coach training programs and our services as executive coaches and coaching supervisors are on www.globalcoachtrust.org. See you in our next session.